Welcome to this tutorial on loading and saving files to a local system using N8N. N8N is a workflow automation tool that allows you to automate tasks by connecting different nodes and services. In this guide, we will walk you through the process of loading and saving files to a local system. To start, you need to have N8N installed on your system. Once you have N8N set up, you can create a new workflow by clicking on the plus icon in the top right corner of the screen. This will open a new workflow editor where you can add nodes and configure them to load and save files. The first step is to add a node that can load files from a local system. N8N provides a built-in node called the file node that can be used for this purpose. To add the file node, click on the node menu on the left side of the screen. Search for File, and drag and drop the file node into the workflow editor. Once you have added the file node, you need to configure it to load files from a specific directory. You can do this by clicking on the file node and selecting the load operation. Then, you need to specify the file path and the file name or a pattern that matches the files you want to load. After loading the files, you can save them to a local system using the file node. To do this, you need to add another file node to the workflow and configure it to save files. You can specify the file path and the file name where you want to save the files. It is also important to handle errors and exceptions when loading and saving files. You can use the error node in N8N to catch and handle errors. This node can be added to the workflow and configured to handle errors and exceptions. Best practices for loading and saving files to a local system using N8N include specifying the correct file path and name, handling errors and exceptions, and testing the workflow before deploying it to a production environment. Additionally, you should ensure that the files you are loading and saving are in the correct format and that they are not corrupted. In conclusion, loading and saving files to a local system using N8N is a straightforward process that can be achieved by using the file node and configuring it to load and save files. By following the steps outlined in this tutorial and following best practices, you can automate the process of loading and saving files to a local system and improve the efficiency of your workflows.